Yo, what's good? What's good? Y'all already know what it is, Over X fam. We're back here for another episode. Get some football talks out the way. Y'all already know what it is. Doc, y'all already know me. Y'all know what y'all here for. Y'all know what y'all came for. I'm about to give y'all this insight. I got my boy Kenny. How you doing today, Kenny?
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good, man? Shit, another day, another dollar, just out here chilling, man. I'm excited to say there's so much news, so much in the college realm, so much going on in the NFL realm. I'm not sure how long the episode's really going to be. We're going to try to get through a lot of this, get all as much as the show's a day late, so technically we adding so much more information to this show than we could have added yesterday, just because of how many people got moved around, things like that. So first things first, college football, we're gonna hop out, go ahead and get that up out of the way. Now the thing is, I don't know, I'm not going first with the Colorado rant. They don't deserve it this week. They don't.
Damn. Come on.
I mean, you know how I feel about those California teams to begin with. You know how I feel about the Pac-12. And a lot of times when you go in there and you just lose to teams, and it's not even like UCLA. That's a bad UCLA team. They produce a lot of stars, but the thing about Dorado, the thing about the Hood, the thing everybody was hoping, like, we knew you guys were an underdog. We weren't expecting you guys to get the dub whatsoever. But it was more so the fact that I'm hoping for a game to compete. We're coming off a bye week, for Pete's sake. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, an extra week to practice.
Right.
I'm thinking in my head, Colorado is going to go in there and they're going to smash them. They're going to give them one of the best games they've ever fucking had. We've played every other team close. You know what I mean? We've played USC close, and we didn't play Oregon the closest, but I mean, like, we played a lot of our matches. Arizona State game close. I'm trying to think of who else they played. Was it Arizona? I think they played Arizona as well.
Really
Yeah. So we've played almost our last 5 games super close. Like, maybe they were blowouts in the first half, but we've always been able to come out in that second half and show what kind of team we actually were or actually are. You know what I mean? I don't know if they still are. I want them to prove something to me. You know, like you said, this is a team that wasn't supposed to have even 2 wins. They were only supposed to have 2 wins. So coming off a 0-win season for the past 2 years, then to get more than 2 wins this year, everybody's hopes are high. They're only at 3 losses. It's week 9. So
Yes,
they're technically still in the driver's seat of their own destiny and just building towards a good career. You know what I mean? But as far as everybody else's eyes, it's like, bruh, y'all came out here and beat TCU and just thought y'all were the big bads of the fucking nation. Y'all were on every single fucking commercial. Y'all were all plastered in my face, and now it's like, I see the Coach Saban, you know what I'm saying, Coach Prime commercial, but it's not like Dion and the Colorado Buffaloes are coming across the screen like they used to a few weeks ago.
Right.
And obviously that comes with losing, you know what I mean? But it's also just like, bruh, sometimes you just expect so much out of a team because you are seeing them so much. Not that it's a requirement, but that does become the expectation with exposure. So
Right. You killed that. I really can't even add nothing. The only thing I will say is UCLA played a really good game. I thought, like you said, it was going to be a lot closer than that, and Colorado was going to be able to show some sign of life, and it just never got to that point. Shador couldn't get it going. The offensive line had trouble all day.
okay.
What I thought was the craziest part of the whole damn thing was the fact that after the game, apparently during the game, after the game, at some point, somebody got into the locker room and stole the jewelry from the players on Colorado's team. It sounds like I'm updating you on that. Like, yeah, this is ESPN. Like, all
What?
Coach Dion came out.
Oh,
Bro,
phase. What did Coach say?
Coach said, because they was at the Rose Bowl. Like, that's the stadium that they play the Rose Bowl in, is UCLA
Yeah.
Stadium. So he said, this is the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, right? I'm pretty sure granddaddy has some money. He's trying to
Mm-hmm.
get reimbursed for the jewelry. Now, there's a whole bunch of people saying, now, hold on now, y'all can't go around flexing jewelry and doing everything the whole get go, and y'all just gonna get robbed and
Whoa.
expect us to reimburse. But then it's people on the
Oh.
other side saying, hold on, bro, no, y'all can't not secure the locker room and not reimburse their bread. Like, come on, bro. So
Okay.
a lot of lines drawn in the sand this week. I'm not gonna. That was the craziest part of it all to me. But crazy game, UCLA, good win. That was
I
wild.
could
I'm not gonna cap.
I could probably talk about that for like hours, but bro, like I'll just try to say something about it real quick because I really did not know about that. One, okay, like you have no, there's insurance on the $75,000 AP. Like we showed it on camera a few weeks ago. Like he has insurance on it, but he just, like you still like bro, just because I have renter's insurance doesn't mean you can come over and rob me, like or break my stuff.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I'm not just making claims out here. Like, what's the insurance company gonna say? So that's for starters. For one, for two, like we've had like somebody snuck in and stole Tom's jersey after the bowl. Like we've had more elaborate things done, bruh. So like seeing the APs and the jewelry get got doesn't surprise me, but at the same time it does. Like, no, this had to have been a teammate. There's no way. Like, I'm not even trying to be like that. Like, bro, UCLA got their own NIL and their own bread going on. They not coming over to get the Colorado Buffalo chains, bruh. Like,
Uh,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because in that, even then, like, maybe it was some staff, like, from the Rose Bowl. And that's what Deion's saying. Like, I need reimbursement because this is obviously on y'all. Like, yeah, it's the Rose Bowl Stadium, it's Pasadena, and we probably do got the bread to just hand over probably what $1 million worth of jewelry. Because I know,
it's the
I mean,
granddaddy of them all.
like how many? Like that's what I'm saying. Like how much are of the insurance claim are we talking now? Because if Shadur's AP starts at 75,000, are we just assuming he has the most expensive jewelry on the team? Like, I'm sorry. I know there's some O linemen, D linemen out there that are really flexing behind the scenes, bruh. Like,
He has the most NIL in college right now, besides Bronny.
allegedly. I don't
Come
believe
on,
that.
dog.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh man,
sorry, bro. Bo Nix has been around for 6 years and he doesn't have more NIL than that guy. The whole state of Auburn and Oregon know him. Or Washington, technically. Sorry. Or you know what I'm trying to say, bro. Those two schools alone are huge.
he's not prime son. Being prime son is huge in its own right, and the only thing that can be bigger than that is being bronze son. So, bro, it makes sense. Like, come on, bro.
I'm so weak. Bronny goes to USC, then all of a sudden Shador has the biggest NIL. Whatever. All right, man. We got to move forward, though. Look. Like I said, I could be talking about that all day. It's just so wild. We might have to do like
It
a
is
side note
crazy.
and really get to the bottom of that because, bro, what is that? In Cruz, Florida Georgia lines. Florida Georgia game. It was 43-20. Florida looked good all of about 30 seconds in that first quarter, and then it was done. They came back in the fourth quarter, tried to, nah, bro. It was the Lad McConkey show from
It
off
was.
the rip. 6 receptions, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Carson Beck's 315 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, don't forget about D. Edwards. I forget what his first name is. It's not Dylan. It's
Dejan, my boy Dejan, got him some
Dejan.
money. Some money.
Dejan was out there rushing the ball too. 2 tutties, 100. He got 96 yards off of 15 carries. I mean, Georgia coming off a bye week. Feels like we haven't seen these guys play in like 2 weeks almost for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. But they come back against a subpar Florida team and just show that they still are a strong team. So I'm not going to hate on them. You know what I'm saying? Georgia's still a good team. You can put your money there. But they might be
I
the
wish Florida,
fraud.
wish Florida would have fought harder. That's it.
Facts. Especially at home, I think.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure. No.
Yeah,
It's
at home.
they do that. That's neutral field. They go to Jacksonville's field and do that.
Okay. I mean, Jacksonville, Florida, like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yup. You know,
I mean,
they
we're
actually go to
still in.
Jacksonville on the. My bad, I should have said
No, you good. We're still in Florida though, so home game.
that.
Next, we got Ohio State, Wisconsin, 24-10. Buckeyes going ahead and taking out the Badgers, scoring in every quarter. Touchdown in the last three. Maserati Marv.
Maserati Marv. We got a new nickname.
6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wait, you got a new nickname other than that?
No. I was just saying Maserati
Oh,
Marv is
okay,
the
okay. I was about to say, bro,
CD
there's
for the
no way.
TD, CO2, Maserati
No,
Marv. Come on,
that
bro.
was fabricated. That was
Come on, bro.
that was a Twitter post. No one has ever called him CO2. I don't even know how he got
It was
Gus
hard.
Johnson to say it.
CO2 was hard, man.
That was such a fabricated lie, bro. He's no. Come on, bro. Anyways, McCord,
CO12 now.
226, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. McCord, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Is it just the Wisconsin DBs? Is it some of the pressure? What was going on out there, Cam?
As much as obviously Wisconsin is a pretty solid defense, but like this isn't like the tough Wisconsins that we've seen from like the early 2000s and a little bit of the 2010s where they like really got a good defense like on Iowa's level. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I really wanted to see Ohio State come out and maybe not right away, but just kind of have those big plays that we used to see from C.J. Stroud, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, just good drives. Let's get some big plays. Let's put some highlight plays on the board. Let's get some guys' stats up. Kyle McCord only had 12 touchdowns coming into the game in 8 games. That's crazy for an Ohio State quarterback with all the receivers. So I was just expecting them to kind of get the passing game going. It hasn't gotten going all goddamn year, it feels like, to that level that Ohio State's used to. And we still can't figure it out. It came out rusty. We threw the 2 picks. And it's like Kyle McCord always has this feeling out period every single game. It's like you just want him to come out there and just be ready from snap 1 till done. I know we'll get it. I know for a fact it's coming. It's a Ryan Day offense. I believe in Coach Day. I really do. Like I don't think he's going to let the offense keep sputtering like this without trying everything he can to fix it. It's just a matter of can they do it in time before they take a tough loss. Because I really feel like this defense is carrying us right now. If we keep putting them in this position to play good defense while we're only winning 10-7, 10-10, like there's going to come a moment where one of those offenses ends up scoring a big back-breaking play, and we're down 7 points. And now we have to go out there and be the Ohio State that we haven't been all season for the win. So that's my biggest fear with it, bro. Like, I think Kyle will figure it out. I just hope he can before we take that damn moment where our defense takes that back-breaking play.
No, that's a fact. Trevion did have 162 yards on the ground, man. Want to shout out to Trevion, man. So that's a lot of yards.
First game back.
First game back as well, and a touchdown. Not only
He was
that,
gone.
K. Stover didn't really have any touches, but I think we showed we don't really need a Buka. We can do Mauve and the Trevion thing, but if we need to go right back to Stover next game, we definitely will. Hopefully we do.
This is how much Stover won me last week. This is not how much I bet on him. 0 targets, 0 yards, 0 money won for the kid. I love you, Stove. We got to do better than that, kid. Come on.
We met your grandmother. Florida State, Wake Forest. Florida State going in there and just handling business. Jordan Travis, 359 yards, 3 touchdowns. And he had a rushing touchdown. Kind of going ahead and throwing his name in the ring for trying to throw his name in the ring for Heisman. A lot of people are trying to invite him to the New York now. I'm not opposed to it. I've seen this guy play a lot this year, and it's not bad. This team looks good. Are they a national championship team? I'm not quite sure just yet. I think they need to win the ACC, maybe see a few more opponents. I don't even know if they've played North Carolina yet. North Carolina just took 2 tough losses, but that's still a tough North Carolina team, and I could definitely see them competing with Florida State if they get their chance. So it just depends on what Florida State all has to do for the rest of the season. But I don't know. What I'm seeing so far, and especially Jordan Travis had 3 of his top receivers out of this game. Still out there throwing it to Keon Coleman. He was throwing it to his running back, Trey Benson. Trey Benson was 4 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. Wow.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, no, the guy was going crazy. I think the Seminoles it looks like they had 6 different people rush the ball that day. And like I said, with their top 3 receivers being out, I'd say they're 2, 3, and 4 receiver, because their number 1 receiver, Keon Coleman, did play in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They found a way to throw it to 9 other people that day. So, I mean, a few of those guys were running backs, but I mean, it's a pretty deep room out there. Florida State's got some guys for sure. I mean, granted, it's just Wake Forest. It's nothing crazy, but those Deeks, man, they got 4 wins this year.
Yeah, they're not bad. That's definitely a good win for Florida State. Like you said, throwing Jordan Travis in the Heisman race. I feel like they're finally hitting the. I don't want to say it like that. I feel like they're starting to really believe in what they got out there. I feel like they're starting to kind of believe in the hype and the momentum. And when a team starts taking that identity on, this is when you see him start to really grow. The quarterback starts playing starts having his best games. Everybody feels like they're getting the ball and doing something with it. The line starts blocking a lot harder. That's where you want to be. And then I seen the stadium. I think they played the night game. So I seen the stadium rocking on ESPN, but like it looked like it was fun to be a Florida State Seminole again. I'm not even gonna lie. Having a great year. Hopefully it keeps going. Just don't lose. Just don't lose. All you got to do is not lose. You can be in the playoff.
Next, we got Washington Stanford. Stanford, y'all aren't that good, but y'all tried to play Washington close, man. But Michael Penix Jr. went out there, threw 4 touchdowns, 369 yards. Got his man Jay Polk involved, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. The man bounced back after having a rough game, rough past 2 weeks, kind of just still looking like a Heisman candidate. But, I mean, he's going to have to step on that gas pedal and blow this team out by 20 with that same stat line. You know what I mean? He's got to start doing a little bit and it's not his fault. It sucks to say, like, he's got to do more than what he's doing, like almost 400 yards plus 4 touchdowns. Like, a lot of guys aren't throwing 4 touchdowns. But what the problem is, when you play teams close like Stanford, you are 8-0. You did beat Bo Nix, but then you played a few other teams close just the week after playing Bo Nix. Like, you just don't want to fizzle out or plateau with your stats and start running your averages and think that's going to be enough to get you all the way to New York and win. You know, that's a 50-pound trophy, bro. They don't give it to just anybody. And also just with, like, you know, just the Heisman House and the commercials and shit, we got to just start thinking of who's going to really be in that commercial. I'm not even trying to just boil it down to that, but that's a factor if you think it's not.
It truly is. I'm hoping my boy can get it. Marv, obviously, still. I'm seeing a lot more people in the comments kind of question Marv and his case. His numbers aren't looking better than some of these other receivers that are getting the ball thrown to him every play. To me, Marv has just shown up in the big games and literally carried Ohio State the entire season. Like, he is our offense. So, like, for me, it's just kind of like a value thing with him. But, bro, they got Jordan Travis balling out. LSU's quarterback is balling out right now. Like, I'm sure this is a toss-up. We can't leave out JJ. A lot of people are talking about his QBR and everything. Hey, it might be Jordan Travis's award to lose at this point, though, bro. Like, they got the best Florida State's ever done in a while. Michael Penix Jr. has his case, but everybody knows, you know, Jaden Daniels has 2 losses on his resume. I'm sure that'll come back to bite him at the end of the season. We'll see where the committee goes, but I'm kind of liking Jordan Travis and all the mix of all this. Jordan or Marvin for me.
Jordan. I can see it. Next, we got Oklahoma, Kansas. Now, the thing about Oklahoma and Kansas is Oklahoma just played UCF super close, only winning by 3. Now coming back a week later, getting upset by Kansas, an unranked team. And it seems like Oklahoma's just now trying to show, like, this is what I was trying to tell you. Like, a lot of these teams are showing who they really are, bruh. Like, Dylan Gabriel went in there and had like 2-3 rushing touchdowns, but could not pass the ball over the air at all. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel, 3 rushing touchdowns, but was 171 through the air, zero passing touchdowns and an interception. QBR is 60. Like, dude, there's no reason. And like, I'm not even trying to be like that. Touchdowns are touchdowns. Like, you lost by, it was super close, but this Kansas team wanted it way more towards the end of the game, and like, to have 14 carries, 64 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and you got all these other guys like Jaleel Farouk, and that's a receiver. But like, bro, your main receiver didn't have over 11 yards. You had one guy, Drake Stoops.
Oh,
He did have 76 yards. No. I'm just saying, like, his number one receiver just only
yeah.
had 11, bro. So
It sounds like you got scouted to me. I mean, if they're taking away number one options, but you can bounce back from it. It's not the end of the world. I mean, like, you hate when that happens as Oklahoma. You obviously just beat Texas. You just stole all their momentum. You had the scare against UCF. You kind of want to come in and lay the law down on Kansas. Let everybody know, like, no, we Oklahoma. We not. That was a fluke last week. And like now, you just got even more questions to look in the mirror and ask yourself after a loss to Kansas. So Dylan, not even just Dylan, because it's really the Big 12. Like, this is their problem. Like, we never know who the hell is gonna be the best team in the Big 12. Like, and it's like they all take turns beating each other to look like one team is finally separating away from everybody, like Texas was, and Oklahoma takes them out. And then Oklahoma looks like they're starting to kind of separate, and Kansas takes them out. So Texas and Oklahoma are coming to the SEC. Obviously, the conferences are going to be a little bit different as a whole. But I just think, like, bro, this version of the Big 12 was always just like crab in the bucket mentality with all the teams. Like, we can't let one team make it to the upper echelon without us. So none of us
yeah,
are going to make it out.
no, it's facts. Man, I don't know. They don't want to be a conference anymore, man. Look, next we got Texas, BYU. Keaton Slovis went in there, could only put up 6 points. They didn't score a
Sheesh.
touchdown, 197
Sheesh.
yards, 2 interceptions. But
What did you go for?
come on, bro, I put my heart into it. But we did see a different quarterback out there, Malik Murphy. Not a bad night for
What?
the kid. Not a bad night for the kid. No Quinn Ewers. Malik Murphy, though, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Could have been better, but we'll take
Yeah,
it.
I'd like to see some. I like to see some more yards on that. You feel me? 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. First game, I'm sure you had some jitters you had to shake out and everything. Oh God, you can definitely build off that.
Facts. Hold on one second. I mean, you do got to ask yourself, though, like, Texas couldn't even get Xavier Worthy involved that night. I mean, like, it was cool. It wasn't that bad of a night for the guy, but he just, you could tell even against a small school like, or I wouldn't even say a small school like BYU, but a school like BYU, he wasn't all the way fully comfortable. So I don't know how many more games he's gonna be playing, but I think if he does come out next week, and play against who they're playing against, Texas is playing Kansas State. So if he comes out there against the Kansas State game, he's gotta be a little bit more dialed in the passing game. And shit. Maybe I'll put some money on Texas this week, but until then, I might stay away. Next, we got a game should have stayed away from just to begin with. Oregon, Utah, Bo Nix. faded me on 2 yards, man. I can't believe it, but they went out there and he just looked like a great game manager against Utah Utes, man. Obviously, there's no Cam Rising still. I think he should be back this week, the week after Halloween, hopefully. Uh, but 35-6, the Utes never really looked like they could get it going. Bo Nix was in the driver's seat the whole time. Bucky Irvin didn't have a 100-yard game this time, but still had, I think he had a touchdown. Might have had one through the air. Troy Franklin getting it done. They got another guy, my bad, Tez Johnson, another guy just out there doing his thing. Like, Oregon, when I was watching this game, because I sat there, it was a 3:30 game. I watched this whole game. I think that they still have a potential to go back to, I think now we're just looking to them to the Pac-12 championship to see what they're going to do, if they're going to play Washington again, beat them, and pave their own way to the college football playoff. I mean, with the news that's coming out, there might be a team just getting etched out of that whole story to begin with. So there could be room for one of these potential Pac-12 teams. Like, just, I mean, like, what wouldn't it be right before the ending of it all that we finally see a Pac-12 team get there and, I don't know, do something. So that's just my thoughts on it, at least.
Uh, Good win for Oregon. Uh, like you said, they're definitely trying to just get all these wins hammered out so they can get back to the Pac-12 and get their rematch game. I'll be honest, but I was not expecting Bo Nix to kind of look as good as he had. Like at Auburn, there was so many holes in his game that he's cleaned up. I just feel me. Give Bo Nix some flowers real quick and just say he definitely picked it up. He's showing that he's a good leader. Took that tough loss in Washington and kind of like hasn't looked back. Like they had a tough game the following week, but like he just kind of kept his head on his shoulders. Dan Lanning believes in him. The team, you can tell, is rallied behind him and everything. Like a lot of people made Bo Nix jokes and memes when he was at Auburn. I feel like he's kind of finally rising above all that. So definitely some Bo Nix flowers on the show today.
True. Bo used to just be so trash, bruh. Without a doubt.
Come
But
on, dog.
like Cam said, cleaning it up, man, for the better. Indiana, Penn State. Penn State taking out Indiana. It didn't look good at first. It did not look good at first. Drew Aller had to throw, what was it, a clutch 57-yard touchdown to even save this game. Indiana was playing those guys like they really wanted to win it. Watching the commercials, what even is a Hoosier? Like, bruh. You are a
That's messed
Hoosier.
up.
Like, right? Like, it was just a little hypo commercial to get people to come there. You know how it be, bro. But I was like, damn, what is a Hoosier? I have no clue.
You were a Hoosier. Penn State, tough loss to Ohio State. You're obviously coming off that. Drew Aller just had probably the worst game of his life in that game, throwing the ball. Good win. Another Big Ten dub. This was like that grueling part of the season for all the conferences where you're about to play the toughest teams on your schedule. Not the toughest, but like just the toughest grinder games, like physicality wise. So definitely, I feel like, bro, with Penn State, even a little bit of, I want to say Iowa and Wisconsin, just because they're kind of closer to that tier. Like you're going to see them kind of maybe lose a game that they shouldn't have lost or play a team close that they have no business playing with just because these games are starting to get way more physical. Defenses are starting to step up, lock up. Offenses have a whole bunch of injuries on them and everything. So, conference play is really in the thick of it now. Half these damn teams in the Big 12 are undefeated, or not the Big 12, sorry, the Pac-12 are undefeated. Then the Big 10 ain't really the same way. We know Michigan and Ohio State are about to be in the championship game, are going to be playing for it, basically. But even with that still being said, for Penn State, get out, get a Big 10 win, get out from underneath that Ohio State loss, and just kind of get a new wind in your sails and try to take this into where you're coming in. Maybe you got a chance if Michigan upsets Ohio State to still have your name in the Big Ten championship discussion. So if not, then I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about whether or not James Franklin belongs on this hot seat. It just feels like Penn State's kind of plateaued. Is it up from here or not, Coach?
All right, man. Next, we got Oregon State, Arizona. Uh, this was a night game. This is probably the last game of the night. Fafita
Fafita.
went out there, 275 yards, an interception, but was able to get it done. 3 points was the difference here, 27-24. Oregon State couldn't get it done. DJU, 3-12 in the Pac-12 now. Just not where I thought you would be. Hopefully, you can still do a Stoke stunner, turn it around. You might not make it, but you got the HUD coming up this week. Then you got Stanford, Washington, Oregon. You have a chance to pave your own destiny. One, not only to the NFL, but to wherever the fuck you want to go. You want to go to the Pac-12 championship, kid? Beat these 3 teams. Beat these 4 teams.
You want to come to
You
New
want to go
York?
to the college football playoff?
I
Beat
don't know
those
about all
2
that.
teams at the end of the year. Beat those 2 teams at the end of the year, and let's see what they have to say about the Beavers. You'll end up, what, the 6th best team in the country? You beat those 2 teams? That's the 5th and the 6th best team in the country. You'll be on the outside looking in, praying to God that one of these teams, or the team we're not going to talk about, gets put out. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, we always say it, bro. We always look at the schedule, and it's easy to say go out there and do it, but, bro, there's no reason you can't. I see you scraping Colorado this weekend. And like Cam just said a few seconds ago, beat these 4 teams and you can book yourself a place not only to New York, but you might as well just hoist the trophy up yourself. You're taking out 2 of the guys that they already thought were going to be there, and Dion in the hood? Come on, man. Come on, man. Have a good game. DJU. Pave your own destiny, bro. I'd love to see it. I like Michael Penix. I like Bo Nix. I like Marv Harrison Jr. But I would root for you if you were out there on that pedestal, man. So let me see something.
Man, DJU, tough loss. Tough loss. They started off really good out there in Oregon State. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fafita, like, bro, he deserves a case for that. Like, maybe not all the Heisman and, you feel me, college football playoff shit, but like, come
At least
combine time, I really hope somebody is looking at him to be an NFL coach, because, bro, he's a leader.
he's on
He's
Maxwell
not.
watch.
That's a little bit tough, because, you feel me, it was a rough start to the season before they got to this point. But, like, bro, ever since they got to this point, I can't lie, but, like, he's balling right now, and he's gone up against USC's quarterback Caleb Williams. Had a crazy good close game with them. If I'm not mistaken, he went up against Shador Sanders. Had a pretty good close game with them. Like,
Yeah.
the kid has seen nothing but talent. Nothing but talent. He's showing up in these games and putting up pretty good numbers. So that's for
Wait,
one. Arizona.
is the Maxwell Award a quarterback award, or is this something else?
I think it's handed out to the the best
Best
overall
offensive
player. Period.
Okay, because I'm over here looking like, bro, all the guys I bet on are on this Maxwell Award list. Omarion Hampton,
I think
Troy
the quarterback
Franklin.
one is the Davey O'Brien Trophy Award, something like that.
Is it? Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know the Volitnikov is the receiver, so
Yeah, I think it is Davey O'Brien for quarterback. But
he
either
could
way,
still
Arizona,
be on here. KJ Jefferson's on Maxwell watch. Drake May.
Yeah, but
There's a
Fafita is not
lot
good
of
as
guys.
KJ, bro. Come on, Fafita is
Bro,
not.
because Pavia is on here.
Don't do this. Pavia deserves to be. Fafita does not, bro. Look, Arizona.
I'm looking for his.
Great game, great win. Honestly, one of the sneakiest teams in the Pac-12. Besides, Stanford's really the only other team sneaking up on people right now. Like, just for some reason, the Pac-12 is just like really entertaining to watch this year. Like, you literally said it earlier. Normally, we know they're not going to get to the college football playoff, and we know they're not really going to be that fun to watch. So everybody just kind of keeps them over there in California. So, like, this year,
It's
we
their
got
last
Arizona
year.
State, Stanford. You must be right. This must be the real deal, granddaddy of them all, as they say out there in the Rose Bowl. Honestly,
I think
good season. Go ahead.
they got one of the crispier commercials just when they're hyping up the Pac-12. They be like, bro, I just be sitting there, because you see Bo Nix and and Michael Penix slinging the balls out there, bro. And then you see DJU in the commercial too, just like, damn, bro, okay. Like
Mm.
Caleb Williams, even like, bro, this is different, like, bro. But no, okay, you actually were right, bro. Like, because I wasn't expecting to see Pavia on here, but then to see Pavia, but not to see Fafita, it's just wild to me because, like, I am really looking,
Oh,
like, I'm scrolling, and like I see two of his teammates on here, but they aren't him. It's a quarterback that's a junior. Is like Fafita not the starter?
I thought he was the starter. He might not be. Shit.
Well, there's a dude named Jaden De La Roya, a junior quarterback that was on Maxwell watch list. So I don't know.
Mm.
2023. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. It's right. It would be the 2023, not the 2024, right?
I
Yeah.
believe.
Oh well, man. It is what it is, dude. I'm sure. I'm sure someone knows Fafita's crispy. There's a few names out here. We got a Buka on Maxwell watch. A Buka
Why?
eggs.
He literally has not played the last like 3 weeks. Eggs, bro.
Next, we got Ole Miss Vanderbilt. Not even gonna really cover this too much. Ole Miss, you got a good dub, 33-7. It just sucks you got
Hey,
that one loss, but you still control your own destiny. You're 4-1 in the SEC. Let's see where that takes you. Just keep winning out. Notre
Lane
Dame,
Kiffin.
go ahead. Is that why you trying to call Lane out like that? That man. No, what was I about to say though? Were you about to say something about him or no?
No, I was just saying his name because he won. I got Lane Kiffin. Dubs.
Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, 58-7. Notre Dame. Sam Hartman did not throw a touchdown pass though. They had 3 rushing
Did you just
touchdowns.
say 56-7?
58-7.
God damn.
Yeah,
Where was the defense?
They scored 27 points in the third. Pitt didn't score a point until the fourth quarter.
Gosh. It could have been a shutout. We could have had donuts. Oh, that's not good, guys. Pitt, what the hell? I mean, I know that's a good team, but you're supposed to be pretty fine. Kenny Pickett just came from there. Ugh, ugly. And that's an ACC team. Obviously, Notre Dame isn't. They're still independent, but like a lot of people consider Notre Dame an ACC team. They always get into Louisville, Duke, North Carolina games somewhere in there on their schedule.
Mm.
But Notre Dame, they got 2 losses on their schedule, so everybody kind of looks at them as like we do every other Notre Dame team. Like, oh, they got 2 losses, they're okay. But like, I really think if Louisville does not beat this Notre Dame team, we are talking about them with Washington, Oregon, Texas, like all those other one-loss teams that are right there on the outside looking in. Quarterback's good, defense good, offensive line gets a push, really good push off the line, running the ball. Got 2 good running backs. They even got some fucking tight ends out there that are all world and probably going to be top 2 round draft picks. So Notre Dame, keep grinding it. Obviously, you took that second loss, so the college football playoff is probably far fetched. But I really do feel like this is one of the best Notre Dame teams we've had in a while. Like maybe since that Manti Te'o national championship
Mm.
appearance they had.
He not lying, dog. Hartman, NFL quarterback.
Mm, I think, God, the age is such a tough thing. I know there's going to be a lot of teams that don't want to take that risk just because, like, you do kind of
They
want to go with the
just picked up
22-year-old.
Stetson.
That's what I'm saying. But, bro, like, Sam is a little bit more of a dink and dunk. Like, he's going to need all that stuff he has at Notre Dame right now around him. A good line, good defense, good tight ends, good receivers, good running game. Even then, you might still lose to the Louisville of the NFL. So, I mean, I think he can easily get a shot. He's probably going to be a second stringer waiting on his opportunity on Sunday. Somebody gets hurt. You're going to, Sam Hartman's getting the start today, guys. And we'll see how he does. But, hey, until that day, I don't really know if we'll be seeing Sam Hartman in the NFL like that.
True. Next, we got North Carolina, Georgia Tech. North Carolina, two tough losses in a row. Now 3-2 in the ACC. I'm just so disappointed.
Me
I don't
too.
know what to say. I don't
Me
know
too.
what to say. Drake made 310 yards, two touchdowns. I couldn't even put my money on y'all. Omarion Hampton had 153 yards and two touchdowns. That's bullshit. How the fuck can I not put my money on my mans?
Come
I don't know
on.
if I needed to switch apps or what, but that really frustrates me, bruh.
Come on.
Bro, like, cause I probably would have put Tez for like another. I could have put him for 70. Tez would have got 70. I don't know if that would have been his over. I might have lost a
Mm.
bet betting his over. We don't know, but bro, I know they would have made me my cheese, bro. I know there's something going on behind the scenes. It's cool. They lost though. I, will-
I
I'm
definitely hear you.
and that sucks because I did want Drake May to be the Heisman this year. I was hyping up North Carolina, but like, I mean, Drake is gonna be a good quarterback in the NFL. Great, top five
I
pick.
was I was just getting ready to say, like, if you type in how to get invited to New York, it would bring up Michael Penix's season. If you
Mm.
typed in how to not get invited to New York, it would bring up these last 2 weeks from Drake May.
Wow.
Because he was set up perfectly. Everything was there. All he had to do was ride off into the sunset. And we took the loss last week to Virginia. And I was like, okay, okay, it's okay. We're fine. We're just going to ride off into the sunset. We take this loss this week. So, bro, like, you don't want to hang your head too low if you're a North Carolina fan, or even if you're a player, just go to school, whatever. You don't want to hang your head too low. You're still having a good year. Took two tough losses.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to it. The expectation is what's up. Like, you know, you got a talented team. You probably should have won the game last week where you went crazy. So coming into this one, you want to see your team open the can of whoop ass on somebody and they get it opened on them. So tough one. Probably out of the ACC championship race. It, 2 weeks ago feels like we were on top of the world. Now it feels like we're right back down to that bottomless pit of irrelevancy. But hey, it's gonna be all right. I think y'all got Drake May for another year, so y'all should be cool. Y'all got some talent out there in North Carolina. It's gonna be some brighter days.
No, he's
We don't.
leaving. No, he's a sophomore. I mean, we could keep him. I mean, we don't have. But if I'm Drake, I'm going out. I'm leaving with Michael. Leaving with Bo. I'm leaving with.
Man,
I'll
Drake
take my
stays.
Drake
You can have a
staying
good
is
year.
just
You could be top five.
bro. He's gonna be top five. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, no. Obviously, we got a lot of skilled players, and just to put him top five would be grimy. It's not like the need for quarterback is that high this year. Like, we got Caleb Williams and shit, but like Caleb Williams isn't that old. Drake May isn't that old. Like, a lot of people are gonna be moving the goalpost these next few months for Michael Penix and Bo Nix's, and like maybe not Bo Nix, but definitely Michael Penix. I just feel like moving forward, we're gonna see other quarterbacks, and if Drake May wanted to test the waters this year, like, don't be scared of like you said. You could wait one more year, be a top five pick, and then make all this extra money. You know what I mean? But like, you could also go to the league now. It's up to you. You could cash in on NIL. Maybe with the fact that there is NIL now, you do have that. You have that huge, especially in NIL, North Carolina. You're the quarterback and you're dope. Like, you're making money. Like, I know you are. You're making a lot of
Right.
cheese, and you don't really gotta hurt that much. But the NFL, it's like, it's a different tier. I don't know what the drop off is from NFL salary to NIL money because it can be
Right.
significant the way some of these guys, like, I mean, you go from making millions to not making millions. Like,
Right. Right.
so
Didn't even think about that.
I mean, yeah, some of these guys are making $2-3 million a year. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys are getting offered $10 million to come to school. Like, whether that's paid out over time. And the one dude thought he was gonna have $13 million in his account with the day he signed up, or I forget how much it was, but
Rashada.
yeah.
No.
So obviously, it is one of those things, but it's just like, I think he might as well just come out and test the waters this year. Like, he's got the abdomen for it. He's a lot better than a lot of these guys. No reason just putting more dust on your arm when you could just be wearing an NFL jersey, getting that experience?
Well, I think his boy Sam Howell, who just was in that North Carolina spot before him, is showing that North Carolina quarterbacks can do pretty good in the NFL. I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but hey, you're definitely right. Drake May keep balling. Easily the best North Carolina quarterback I've seen there since Sam Howell's doing good now, but Sam Howell wasn't all that while he was there, while I was watching. So
That's
Drake
bad.
May, do your thing. You might get pulled to New York. Who knows? They might still give you a call. Like it's not all over yet. They're still talking about Jaden Daniels, and he has 2 losses. So don't sleep. Don't start coasting through the season. Let's keep getting these stats and run up these touchdowns, Drake.
Facts. All right, man. Let's dive through these last few games real quick. Duke getting shut out by Louisville. Louisville might try to go and throw their ring in the hat and upset Florida State when it's all said and done.
Mm.
They're 4-1 in the ACC. Their only loss coming to Pitt, and they're in. Oh, they don't play anybody too special. The last few games they play, what? Virginia Tech, Virginia, Miami, and Kentucky. Not some bad games, but I mean, if you just, you went out in the ACC, you're gonna be in the ACC championship. The next best team is Virginia Tech, then Georgia Tech, and then North Carolina. Like, you would just hate to see, like, if North Carolina doesn't go in there and win out the rest of their games. Let me see who they play. Like, you would just hate to see them not play Louisville, because what you want to watch Florida State blow out Virginia Tech on their way to the college football playoff. You want to watch them blow out Georgia Tech on the way to the college football playoff, because I can for sure you Duke and Miami aren't going to be there. Clemson isn't going to be there. So it's really like, who do you want it to be? And I mean, like, now North Carolina has to play Campbell, Duke, Clemson, NC State. Like,
Campbell?
you need to
Who? Oh, I'm weak.
Bro, come on, bro. Campbell. I'm looking at them right now. They're the Campbell Fighting Camels. Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of here. What?
They play in
Okay.
they play in the CAA. They play like the Richmond
He's scheduled
Spiders
the
and shit like that.
Campbell Fighting Camp. I'm saying that for here on out, bro. I would put Michigan as the number 1 ranked team, but they've been playing the Campbell Fighting Camels all year, so I can't do it.
So like, no, like, if I come to you and be like, yeah, I got into Campbell, and you're like, it looks like these might be New York teams, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks
No
like
way.
that's like Delaware, Richmond, Albany, like Richmond, Virginia. Okay, so that Richmond team wasn't Virginia. The Spiders, yeah. Albany, Villanova, the Citadel. There's no way that's a college.
The Citadel, they be playing Alabama and shit.
I'm so weak. Elon, that's a team. That's a school name. Wow. North Carolina A&T. Yes, sir. This gotta be real. I'm sorry, bro, because like, I know they get down out there A&T, NC A&T, bro. But nah, that's funny as hell. I might in 2 weeks, bro. Look for me to get my Fighting Camel shirt, bro. No cap. Really to start wearing, because people are gonna think that's is that a made up school? What? I went to Campbell. You just gotta look it up crazy. Fighting Campbell's for life. All right, let me go back to the schedule, man. But like I said, Louisville, control your own destiny. You want to be the best team. I mean, you won't make it to the playoff, but like, take out Florida State and give one of these teams another chance. Air Force 8-0, 2 to go. 4 to go. I'm tripping. Colorado State, they took them boys out pretty easily, 30-14.
Jeez.
I'm surprised, bro. Air Force. We predicted you guys to win out, but you guys are really on pace.
Did you have Air Force being the best service academy football team on your 2023 2024 college football bingo seat card? Because I didn't. I did not have it.
We still got to play Army, so we'll see next week. But I mean, I feel like I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no because now for the now on we have to guess the best service academy going into the season because I might have went with Army. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't gonna say the Air Force boys. I mean, like, would you have counted an A&M in there? Like,
No, not counting an A&M in
so
there.
so just Army, Air Force, and what's the other one? Navy.
Yes,
I probably would have gave it to
Army,
the
Air Force,
Navy.
Navy. Navy?
Uh yeah, I probably would have gave it to Navy,
I felt you.
not Air Force.
No, that ass though, Air Force, and honestly, I feel like you should be an underdog to go undefeated the rest of the way. Like it should not, or sorry, the overdog. Like you should be the favorite to go undefeated is what I'm trying to say. Playing good football, knocking every team out on your schedule, doing it without even question and leaving a question on the scoreboard. At this point, bro, like you're probably looking at how much of this team are we keeping for next year. And if you can do this shit 2 years straight, I mean, you could be looking at a Cincinnati situation where maybe it's not full blown college football playoff, but we're looking
Mm.
at getting into the Rose Bowl or getting into the Tostitos Bowl or something. I mean, of higher echelon than Air Force has ever seen, which would be great for the program. And from there, you can start recruiting and you get those disciplined football players that normally don't come here because they know I probably don't got a chance to make it to the next level from the service academies. Now you can start saying, hey, we're putting guys in the league. We're getting on these national stages. We're getting games on ESPN and actually getting some clout around here for once. So keep it up, Air Force. Don't lose the momentum. We haven't had an undefeated service academy in I don't know how long. You got to finish. You got to finish it off. Got to finish it off. Come on, bro.
No, that ass though. Tennessee, Kentucky.
Flying high.
Tennessee, Kentucky, man. Kentucky could not get it done against Joe Milton and them. It was close. It was real close, but at the end of the day, Tennessee got it done. Joe Milton, they had a guy there for Kentucky, D. Key. Dane Key.
Yeah.
Look for that kid to maybe
Dane
go to the
Key.
league in 2 years. He's only a sophomore, but I mean, 7 receptions, 113 yards. The kid was out there tearing it up. Tulane, Rice. Tulane, 30-20, showing why they should still be 4-0 in the American Conference. 7-1, the Green Wave, still doing it. They almost lost to Luke McCaffrey.
Luke McCaffrey.
Luke McCaffrey was out there giving them hell. Five receptions, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Come on, man. Luke.
Wasn't my boy JT out there?
Quarterback wise, let me see. JT Daniels, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Not good enough. JT, come on, bro.
Still struggling, JT. Still struggling. It's all good, though. I might have to put some money on Luke McCaffrey next week.
Don't do that, bro.
Come on, bruh.
Don't do it.
My brother's good for a touchdown each week, and you can't put 10 on me.
That's crazy because Christian McCaffrey just broke the 17-week record for a player to get a touchdown straight. 17 weeks straight with him right now. Now his brother's punching it and runs in the family, y'all.
Punchers. We already talked about Colorado, UCLA. Like I said, it was 28-16. Shaking my head, Rado.
Tough.
Last two games. I'll talk about this one before I talk about the last one. We got Old Dominion versus James Madison. James Madison 5-0 in the Sun Belt, 25 ranked team in the country, 8-0 with 4 to go. Could we see James Madison in a big bowl game this year?
I hope not too big. And maybe that's just because I haven't really watched a lot of James Madison, and I'm not really. I don't know. Like when you get the Zach Wilson, BYU, even sometimes the Tulane teams, like to me, like I just feel like they play totally different schedules. They're in a totally different world of college football. So like, that one year where Cincy almost beat Georgia when they got their bowl game, not the college football playoffs, but the year previous when they literally almost beat Georgia. Like
Mm.
that was probably the one team that I thought deserved a shot that was smaller than even when them smaller conference schools start, the group of five schools start coming in and winning games and people start trying to put them up against and even the West Virginias of the world. Like they go in there and they get decimated. And that's not a fun bowl game because we tried to include James Madison in a fight that they probably didn't have no business fighting. So I'm not hating
Come
on James
on.
Madison. I haven't watched a lot of y'all. I'm really not trying to hate. Like I know that sounds like a hater take, but like that's just me personally. Like I don't really like it when they try to put James Madison in a Cinderella season against LSU in a 3-loss season.
Mm.
Like you feel me? That's still LSU type shit. So that's just how I feel about it.
Facts. No, I get that. I get that. You don't want to put them against too hard of an opponent, but I mean, those James Madison guys, like it's kind of like when UT gets to go to a bowl game and they go to Hawaii. Like none of those guys
Mm.
probably would have ever stepped foot in Hawaii if it wasn't for us giving them a bowl game out there. Like I'm not trying to be like that, but
I was gonna
it's
go, bro.
it's like, bro, like you giving James Madison the chance to maybe travel somewhere for the weekend and fight for
Mm.
what could be their Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like you're obviously running through the Sun Belt right now, but so I get what you mean though. James Madison, not even sure what state that team plays out of. So last but not least, man, to wrap up the college portion of the show, kind of. I do want to get to the rankings, but 50-49 USC versus Cal, bro. I watched that game was like a half an hour on YouTube highlights, bro. I was watching like I don't know. I do know. This is the worst defense in college football right now. Like
Sheesh.
I looked it up. I checked the stats. I told you I was checking the stats, bro. They're not top 50 in a lot of. They're not top 50 in a lot of sections. Top 50. We're putting UTs and UT and BG have better defenses than USC, bro. The California boys. Come on.
Oh no.
And I
That's
get
bad.
I get they don't play it, but bro, Cal Berkeley. We're
Mm.
about to lose to Cal Berkeley.
That is
It's fine.
terrible. So bad.
It's
At least
cool.
they won. At least they fucking won. Like at least we know we're playing for something around here. And
I
obviously, bro,
guess,
like
bro.
that's okay. One, Lincoln Riley's MO has never been like you will literally ask him straight up, hey, do you feel like you'll ever improve on defense? And he'll say yes. But like if you look at his actions, but like defense has never been his forte. It's never been something that he's felt like he needs to buff up or get a
Mm-hmm.
guy like Ryan Day did and bring in a Jim Knowles to kind of run his defense for him. He's kind of more on the side of we know we're going to sacrifice a lot of points, but we're going to have one of the best offenses every trip. So we're going to score right with you. And that's all good and fucking grand until you run into a team like Notre Dame and you get smashed. And the next week you come out and you play against a team like Utah who doesn't even have their starting quarterback. And you get beat in a close game. And now you got 2 losses. And you're sitting here going into a game against California and you got to try to get these kids hyped up who were literally probably thinking the world of themselves 2 weeks ago. And now you're staring in the mirror wondering, hey, am I really built for this?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I've been saying Lincoln Riley, like a lot of people want to put this on Caleb Williams and USC and the defense. Like I really feel like this is Lincoln Riley's like soul check moment. Like how bad do you want to be a college football coach? And how bad do you want to save USC? Because like we're not going to do that without a defense. And we're going to the Big Ten. We say the same things every week. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Lincoln Riley, get your shit together, fam. Please.
Facts. Nothing more to say on him. Nothing more to say on them. I'm looking here. I just want to say in the FCS coaches poll, the tides have changed. We used to talk about North Dakota State, but now it's South Dakota State 8-0. Four to go. Sorry, bro. Just had to,
Me.
I had to throw that in there, man. But look, college
There's one
football
college
playoff.
team that did not play this game or this week. One college team that was on bye. Not my team that I'm wearing right now, but you feel me? I'm very happy I didn't have to talk about them today, just for all the people out there that was wondering.
Anyways, no, I'm just playing. College football playoff rankings. Ohio State coming in at number 1. Ohio State coming in at
You
number
see the logo.
2. Georgia number 3.
Ooh.
Michigan, Florida 4. Florida State
Uh,
5. Washington 6. Oregon. And then we got Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Penn State, Missouri, Louisville, LSU, Notre Dame, Oregon State, Tennessee, Utah, UCLA, USC, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Tulane, and not least, or definitely last but not least, Air Force.
no way. They made it. They made it.
They technically have a shot. Like, you gotta
They don't.
you gotta put their odds at like a plus 10,000, plus 30,000. They have odds now. Air Force.
They can't have odds.
They have.
The path. Ohio State would have to lose. Like, bro, every team would have to have 2 losses before we actually sit. What about undefeated Air Force?
2 losses. No. If the top 4, no, if there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are undefeated in this top ranking. If the top 5 teams that were undefeated lost, and we didn't get, like, if we don't get moved to 10 after that, it's rigged. And we went out, like, bruh, come on, bruh. We're 12-0. Everyone else has a loss. We gotta be a top.
I guess.
And we're
The
already
odds,
25. So we'd have to be what? Like, nothing more than 10 when it's all said and done, if something like that were to happen. But even then, bruh, you know how they be. They would put all 4, if they'd put 4 SEC teams in there. See? Because I know they're trying, like, I do want to talk about these rankings real quick before we switch to NFL. They're trying to squeeze in one of these Pac-12 teams. I know they are. They want Oregon or Washington to show who they are and just slide in there. But it's like, bruh, it might be 2 Big Ten teams, SEC and then an ACC when it's all said and done, bruh.
I wouldn't be mad, honestly. I don't have nothing against Oregon and Washington. I just don't think. I don't think I want to see them on that stage yet. Even a little bit with Florida State. I kind of want Texas. I want them teams to lose so Texas can kind of get thrown back in there. I feel like Texas took a tough loss to Oklahoma that everybody just kind of takes that loss and said, well, no chance for Texas now. And it's like they're right there behind all those teams that you just said. So that's just me personally. I want to see the Quinn Ewers crazy quarterback battle. I like Michael Penix, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to see Washington get in there. I'm not really trying to see the purple and white go up against Georgia or Ohio State or something. But hey, I'm not on the committee and I don't got no vote. So they telling y'all what they telling y'all. They're trying to get them in there, like you said, 5 and 6. We're gonna put one of these teams in here if one of these teams lose. So we're just waiting at this point.
Facts. Moving on to the NFL. Look, Buccaneers, Bills, Thursday Night Football, Josh Allen. Did I win money that night? I think so.
I did.
I think we started off the week early getting some money. Josh Allen didn't do anything too crazy to sell the team. He did throw a pick in prime time.
Oh. No, that was not his fault, bro.
He threw it. You never give nobody else. No, you give nobody else creds when it's not their fault for the pick, bruh.
That's not true. For one, for two, bro. No, okay, bro. Josh rolled out. They literally called the play action rollout play. Like nobody blocked the DN that I'm rolling out to. Like, bro, as soon as I looked up, he was in my face. I literally just tried to get rid of it. He tipped the ball into the air, and it just fell right into the D lineman's arms, bro. Like, that's not even really an interception, bro. Like, if you ask me, bro, like a real interception, I was really trying to hit my
Come
receiver,
on,
and they
man.
came in and user lurked my shit, bro. Like that. Come on, bro. I got my shit tipped up 15 feet in the air, and then a D lineman caught it. Like, come on, dog. And Baker didn't even have an interception. Like, I bet on Baker to have an interception that game. He didn't have it, y'all. Like, come on, man. That shit was grimy. Josh didn't do that. He deserved a better fate on that play.
Yeah, man. Stephon Diggs was not the leading receiver in this game, nor was Gabe Davis, but Khalil Shakir.
Real Shakir.
Oh,
Breakout.
nah, man, I ain't win no money on Thursday, bro. Rashad White had 39 yards instead of 4.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, my God. The flashbacks are coming back. I didn't win no money, bro. Oh, my God. I'm sitting here like, yeah, I won. Yeah. No, I did not.
Yeah, I won. Yeah. I'm crying.
That's so crazy. And then it went further to not win no money later in this 1 o'clock slate because the Rams couldn't get Cooper Kupp the ball. I don't know what they were doing. It was the kicker show out there. They dropped Brett Maher, but they got another guy up there kicking these kicks now because apparently he's a little bit more clutch. I mean, they need the kicker to go out there and get all the damn points because only one touchdown was scored by them that game. The Cowboys were in the driver's seat. It was 43-20. Dak, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. CeeDee Lamb, 12 receptions, 158 yards, and 2 touchdowns. CD for the TD. You can book it. I don't know what the problem was with the Rams this day. If they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, if Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are upset about who's getting touches, so now we can't get either of them the ball for real, but the Cowboys defense should not have just almost shut you out for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They definitely got too much talent on the Rams side of the ball to not at least do something in the beginning of the game. But I will say, bro, like that Cowboys defense, like, but we were reading the stats not too long ago, just together off camera, and bro, like the defense is far and away so much farther ahead than every other defense in the league. Like they're giving Dak short fields, they're forcing turnovers. Sometimes they're getting 2 defensive touchdowns in a game. There's multiple games where they've done that this year. So like, bro, I could rip on the Rams. I could say Matt Stafford needs to do this, and Cooper Kupp should have gotten more involved, but that's tough. That's a tough defense. So I really do think they'll come out and look a lot better next week. We'll get back to the Puka and Cooper duo and not just be out here feeding one or the other. Like I feel like they need to get away from that, kind of get them 2 involved, get them both going in the same half, see what they can do.
Let's fucking hope so, bruh. Let's freaking hope so. Cooper Kupp had 21 yards. Puka Nacua had 45. Darrell Henderson was our leading receiver. What are we doing? Darrell.
Darrell.
Moving forward. Vikings, Packers. Vikings went in there and got it done. Kirk Cousins had a little bit of a shaky start, but then came in there, bounced back 274 yards, got KJ Osborne involved, got Jordan Addison involved. I think they both went off for like 90-plus yards. And then it was all going so good. Kirk was getting ready to throw the chains on, get to turning up again. And then, boom, Achilles gone. So they're two games back on Detroit, losing their quarterback. They just traded for Josh Dobbs. I don't like that trade. I don't.
Me either.
I think you go back to Detroit and you go get Teddy back, or you obviously you had Kellen Mond last year and you got rid of him. I'm not saying, I don't know. Go ask the Niners if you can have Sam Darnold.
That's a good one. I mean, the Saints got Jameis Winston sitting over there just calling plays for Derek Carr right now. I'm definitely calling them up to see what Jameis has going on. I know he's going to throw 30 interceptions, but he might throw 30 tuds on top of it. Josh Dobbs, I don't want to shit on Dobbs. Like, he's having his little breakout season, his first year. He's got his little name on his jersey now. Not a bad pickup. I mean, you want to keep Kirk out. This sucks, bro, because it's like the one time Kirk Cousins has good, like an actual good 2 weeks in a row. Like, he looks like the guy that can lead this team. And it's like, boom, taken right away from the Vikings fan. So I don't feel bad for y'all. I'm a Packer. Like, I really don't. I kind of revel in it, but at the same time, but like, I do feel for the Vikings organization, for the sport of football. I do feel like they were about to make a run for the NFC and try to get into the playoffs and compete with the Eagles, Niners, Cowboys. Just because there isn't really a lot of competition at the top half of, or my bad, in the middle pack of the NFC. It's all top heavy. So it
Facts.
would have been nice to see, but my boy falls. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. I hope it's not the last time we've seen Kirk Cousins play, but like very well could have been. He's come back from a crazy injury before. Godspeed to you, dog, for real. But good win for the Vikings too. Fucking Packers, dog. We started off so good, and bro, like it's just like these past few weeks, are just man, we can't get it figured out. And like, bro, at this point, like, I don't want to put the blame on LaFleur because the media is starting to do that a little bit. They're starting to question if he's a good coach or not, bro. But I don't know. Like, it's just sometimes I feel like he's not scheming things to happen. Like, Arthur Smith does not have a lot of talent on that Atlanta offense. Well, my bad. At the Atlanta quarterback position. Like, he's scheming things to where Desmond Ridder is able to put the ball on somebody 5 yards in front of them in space. He's scheming guys open for Desmond. He's keeping the ball on the ground. And it's like Matt LaFleur is kind of putting Jordan Love in these situations where he's not in the best position to succeed. But it's frustrating as a fan. I'm sitting here wondering, like, bro, when are we going to get back to the week 1 and 2 train that we were on? Like, we looked really good. Defense was playing great. Jordan Love looked like he was just making the right decision all the time, every time. And ever since then, bro, can't get it figured out. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know if it's just they finally figured out Jordan Love and they're playing defense on him a little bit differently. Probably a mixture of all that. But at the same time, but like, this is Lambeau. Like, we don't fucking lose. Like, that's not what we do. And it's getting frustrating, bro. So hopefully we can pick it up. Matt LaFleur, I love you. But you are starting to get your seat starting to warm up a little bit under there. Better get it together.
Wow. Now I'm on the hot seat.
It's not hot.
Crazy how they turn on you. Moving forward, we got the Titans versus the Falcons. Rookie Will Levis throws 4 touchdowns in his NFL debut to beat the Falcons.
Over them things.
The Duke Mayo Bowl King himself, he probably poured some mayo in his coffee and went out there and beat Falcon ass.
No.
Jesus. The guy is ridiculous, man. I thought it was grimy when they picked up Will after drafting Malik the year before, but now, not so much. Tannehill, it's time to start that. They could have even, like, Vikings, go get Tannehill. Literally, go get Tannehill. And, like, maybe that's too much heat for Kirk in the kitchen. Like, now there's a guy in here that really wants to, but Tannehill's ready to start his backup carousel.
That's probably very true.
He's been in the league, what, like 8+ years?
Yeah, something like that.
So, it's about time for Tannehill to start.
Did we just watch Will Levis splash onto the scene? Okay, two quarterbacks. I know we haven't talked about Sam yet, but did Will Levis and Sam Howell just splash onto the scene and say we're here to be here for a long time, or is this just a little flash in the pan, hot part of their career?
What school did Will Levis go to again?
Will Levis went to Kentucky.
Okay, that's what it was. I was wondering, like, I think Sam Howell, I mean, he's showing what being coached by Bieniemy really is. Can be. Will Levis, I don't think there is a vet on that old line at all. So, like, for him to go out there and throw 4 touchdowns and be that comfortable in the pocket, I mean, it's just the Falcons. But I mean, like, he was able to get D-Hop actually involved. Like, D-Hop is once again an option. Like, D-Hop, you can bet on. D-Hop had a hat trick. He might have been the player of the week. Not my player of the week, but I mean, 4 receptions, 128 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah,
it really doesn't.
Oh God.
And now, but I mean, we could see Will Levis being the guy, now we can lean back on Derek and then still have D-Hop through the air like we were supposed to. Like, I mean, shit.
Mm.
Things could be changing up in Tennessee real fast.
He had 3 touchdowns. Oh, damn, man. That's everybody's getting the multiple touchdown games now. I'm just over here missing out on bets, I guess, man. Like I wasn't expecting these guys to start. AJ Brown popped off 2. CD had 2. You just said bro had 3. Like, everybody had the multiple touchdown game.
Yeah. Another guy only had 1 touchdown. Probably could have had 2. Rashid
Mm.
Shaheed, 3 receptions,
Oh,
153 yards to help the Saints rout the Colts, 38-27.
you say 3
Derek
catches,
Carr.
153 yards?
That's what I said.
That is 50 yards per catch.
And some.
Bro, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
51
Go ahead.
yards a carry.
No.
Shaheed. He's an option.
Yeah, for real. Should
But
have
I
stashed
don't
him for
know,
my
man.
fantasy. I think I missed out on him.
Colts a little upset about that, but we're 3-5 now, 1-4 at home. It's just not looking good in Lucas Oil this year. Nothing more to
Do
say.
you miss your quarterback?
We
Oh,
miss him. Who? Andrew Luck?
what? We still have a move going. Anthony
Awkward. No, I'm
Richardson,
just
bro.
playing. Yeah, no. We do a little bit, but bro, AR did it to himself. I told you that.
He already
You
not do
gotta
it to himself.
keep yourself upright, son. To Patriots, it looked close for a second, but then Tua just started to heat up. Tyreek Hill, Jalen
Hmm.
Waddle. Jalen Waddle, 7 receptions, 121 yards, 1 touchdown. Dolphins got a big game against the Chiefs coming up this week in Germany. Do you see them winning that game?
Against the Chiefs coming off of a loss to the Broncos in prime time, I really doubt it. I think, sit here and really think about it. It's hard for me to see the Chiefs having success all damn day. Like, I feel like they're going to lock Kelsey up and at least try to put the ball in the other guy's hands. They just haven't proved that they can win without the Kelsey Mahomes connection yet. I think Miami will probably go out there and get him by 10. They got Mostert. I'm pretty sure A-Chain's going to be coming back here soon. The line's still not banged up at all. Their defense is doing okay. I don't know if Jerome Baker came back or not. But you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there on the outside. You always got Jalen Ramsey to worry about. This is going to be too tough for them to overcome. I definitely think the Dolphins will probably pull that out, especially in Germany.
I don't know, man. We'll see. It's a 9:30 game. Man. Set your lineups. Jets, Giants. Jets end up taking out the Giants in overtime. Dayball was so pissed off. Saquon, 36 carries, 128 yards. But,
Jesus Christ. You
yeah, I
Mexican?
know. He was damn near working for free out there, bro. The guy was I know they really tried to, like, bruh. It says, the headline says, for nearly 60 minutes, Zach Wilson and the New York Jets looked miserable on offense. But they
That was not
somehow
miserable.
found a way to get it done. I mean, Garrett Wilson did have 7 receptions for 100 yards. Zach Wilson, 240 and 1 touchdown. I don't know. Stats don't tell the story as much as the game does.
I mean, bro, look. I'm not really sure how it went down, but I think it was the Giants missed the game-winning field goal, and then the Jets ended up coming. Yeah, that's what it was. The Giants missed the game-winning field goal, and then the Jets kicked it in overtime. So, like, it was almost like neither of the teams wanted to win. Oh, God. Honestly, bro, I think good win for the Jets, obviously. This honestly makes me wonder, like, bro, I honestly think the Jets might have been the best team had Aaron Rodgers not got hurt. I really believe that with all my heart now. Like, none of the quarterbacks are playing at a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers level. And when I say that, I mean like we're not gonna make a mistake for 6 weeks straight. Like that's what Tom and Aaron would come out there on. It's methodically dinking and dunking up the field. We're not making mistakes. It's damn near factory. Like you knew it was good every time it left Aaron Rodgers' hands. That defense, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall running the football the way he is right now, like bro, I feel like this Jets team would be scary as hell if they had a quarterback as experienced and as accurate as Aaron Rodgers at the helm right now. Like, the NFL is thanking their lucky stars that Zach Wilson is the quarterback for that team right now. I know they are, and they're still getting wins. So like, bro, if I'm the Jets, I'm just coasting it. You feel me? You got a chance to win the damn division right now, but get to the playoffs. Hopefully you get your guy back, Aaron. He's still going to be one of the smartest, most accurate dudes in the league, even coming off the Achilles, bro. Like, I hate to do Zach Wilson like that, bro, but you could be making a little AFC championship run. Like, you might not get all the way there, but shit. I don't know how everything goes, man. You might be able to do it with Aaron Rodgers if you guys can make the playoffs. So, keep
Facts.
knocking out the wins and shit. Good dub.
Next, we got Jags, Steelers. Jags look pretty good, man. I mean, they're pretty much showing, like, the Jags are showing they're a good team. You can put some money behind them. Like, they run up stats pretty well. Trevor Lawrence didn't have that bad of a day. Kenny Pickett did leave that game, though. Mitch Trubisky ended up getting the nod. He came in, wasn't enough. Mitch looked rusty. Now, do I think he's better than Kenny Pickett? Most definitely. Do I think when he comes back in this next game, will he show a little bit more? I think he will. They're going up against the Titans this weekend, but they got to get George Pickens involved, man. I'm not just saying that because he's my fantasy receiver. I'm not saying that because I have money behind him. I'm saying that because when you're only throwing it to one guy all damn day and then you're letting Najee be kind of pedestrian in the running game, it's not like you're not going to win games. You're 4-3 right now. You're floating above positive, but I mean, you could have easily beat the Jaguars in this game had you scored two more times. It was 20-10. Like, you score one time in the first, one time in the fourth. I mean, like, that's asking for a lot a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, you go out there and do just a little bit more, and this game could be yours.
That's tough, bro. You hate to see it, but man, you can't change it, so.
True. I can't change it, so. Next, we had another 1 o'clock game. Hurts. Eagles. Almost losing to the Commanders. Commanders started off winning this game. Yep.
I'm sick. I thought they pulled it out.
Eagles did win, but Commanders almost had the game. Sam Howell, 397 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like I said, power of Eric Bieniemy. But it was really Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdowns, 319 yards is what really got it done. A.J. Brown, 8 receptions, 130 yards. Another 100-yard game with 2, and he had 2 touchdowns this time, not just 1. Devontae Smith also had a touchdown. So, man.
I think AJ might be.
Julio had a touchdown as well.
Whoa. Was not
Julio.
expecting to hear that. I think AJ Brown's up there. He's probably the only player in the NFC that's getting close to Christian McCaffrey for AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Or NFC, sorry. It's like, 6 weeks straight now with 125 yards. He just put 2 touchdowns on top of that. Like, he is the Philadelphia Eagles passing game. Like, he's really good. You know me, bro. I don't even really give him his flowers like that. But, like, ever since you have called me out for it, bro, I have just been sitting here kind of making sure, all right, let me make sure I pay attention to what AJ's doing this season. He's catching every ball that comes his way. He's going up at the high point and high pointing the ball. Like, there's not a lot of DBs in this league that can check him, period. But the ones that can have a terrible night doing so, and they shadow him all over the field. So if he's not tearing your defense up for 125 yards, he's making your best DB guard him all over the field and taking him, basically making it 11 on 10. So AJ killing it, taking a little bit of pressure off that Eagles run game. I know Sirianni is happy as hell out there with what he's got.
Cam, Next game, he predicted CJ was probably going to have his worst game in his next game, but I didn't think it was going to come against Bryce Young. Texans,
I
Panthers.
know it.
Panthers go ahead and rout the Texans 15-13. There was not. Oh, I guess Bryce Young did have a touchdown in this game.
Mm.
Bryce Young threw one touchdown, but the kicker went out there and was doing most of the scoring that day. CJ, I'm so upset by you, man. You couldn't even get Tank Dell for 25 yards, bruh. What was going
Sheesh.
on out there? Nico Collins and Noah Brown. Like, I get Noah Brown is an Ohio State guy, but like, let's
Come on.
let's not take away someone's money because you want to hit your man's from school,
Mm.
bruh. You don't
Mm.
even know him like that. You don't know him like that.
I'm weak.
You don't know Noah. Noah was not on campus when you were there.
By far CJ's worst game, and I didn't want to be right. That's the sucky part. Like I was looking at the narrative. It's CJ hasn't played a bad game. Ohio State finally has a good quarterback. The game against Bryce Young's coming up. The battle for the 1 and 2. Like I just felt it in my soul. Like, but this has been way too good for CJ. This has been way too fucking good for him to go out here and have a masterclass 300-yard day, 3 touchdowns. We beat Bryce Young, and we something was telling me, bro, he hasn't played bad yet. He's gonna play bad. I don't want to be there for when he does. So I stayed away from him. Thankfully, hopefully, this is the only freaking time he plays bad. Because I hope this ain't the situation where we remembered how to play bad and we're just gonna turn back into the normal Texans. So that's a lot of Texans talk, though. Carolina Panthers, they won the game. They took care of business. Bryce Young may not have had the prettiest stat line, but he went out there and beat the guy that everybody said should have been picked before him. Has to mean something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if he said Adam Thielen got in or not, but
He
Adam
did.
Thielen, he did see that. I knew he was going to have an impact on the game. Actually surprised by the Panthers defense. Like, they made CJ Stroud uncomfortable from start to finish. And CJ Stroud's coaching staff didn't help him with the play calls. But, like, at the same time, he's been shredding defenses all over the field, hitting deep routes, hitting middle field routes, hitting sideline routes, whatever it is. And they made everything tough for him. So definitely got to give Carolina the flowers on that win. They deserve that one.
Next game, we got Browns, Seahawks, man. Seahawks ended up taking out the Browns 24-20. Another game without Deshaun. PJ Walker was in there doing his thing, but overall, Geno Smith with a late touchdown pass to JSN was what got it done. Geno, 5-2, technically one of the best teams out there in the NFC. Still hasn't wrote back. Still has not wrote back. Kenneth Walker, he didn't score a touchdown this game, but he was rushing his ass off, especially in that first quarter. Seahawks scored 17 in that first quarter, but then went scoreless for 2 quarters, and then, like I said, had that late touchdown in the fourth. When you're going against the Browns, it's never going to be easy, especially with that D-line. I mean, the offense is to debate about, but, I mean, seeing them get this dub, I mean, it's a good dub for them. I'm upset because I still got subtle love for the Browns, but
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Geno.
Yeah, the Browns, if I'm not mistaken, I think they fumbled with like 50 seconds left on some crazy shit and ended up giving them the game winner or set them up for the game winner. But what's it called? Then the Browns were in the driver's seat for this game. It felt like even if it wasn't the driver's seat the whole game, we were definitely competitive in this game. And
Mm-hmm.
it has me wondering, like, man, when the fuck is Deshaun Watson coming back? Because you lose Nick Chubb, you expect this team to take a huge step back. Then they lose. It felt like everybody on the defense and Deshaun Watson. So you were like, damn, what the hell is going on? And boom, this kid gets subbed in here. DTR gets subbed in, and he's just making the offense look like it's performed at a level that it has not since Baker left. I hate to say that. So, bro, the Browns just got rid of DPJ today, Donovan Peoples-Jones. They traded him to the Lions for, I think, it was a conventional third-round pick, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good move. I mean, they definitely need to open some space up. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones is a good receiver, even though he's a Michigan man. But at the same time, they needed to make a move, and I hope they bring some weapons in there that Deshaun can really, really use. Like Amari Cooper's a great weapon. But they just need somebody better than Donovan Peoples-Jones as the number two. So I hope they can find a little quick slot receiver or something like that, a little KJ Hamler type build, and get him in there and get that offense back to the level it's at. Because without Nick Chubb, it's going to be tough to get yards and shit like that.
Facts. Next, we got Broncos Chiefs.
Oof.
Tried to tell Nick. I
Chiefs,
tried to tell y'all earlier in the week, man. Look, Broncos just went in there and kind of just got it done, man. Pat Mahomes had 2 interceptions that obviously didn't help, but I mean, the Broncos were in the driver's seat from the moment the game said like I'm upset about it. But like Cam said, we shouldn't be betting on when the Aces are gonna win their next game. We should be betting on when they're gonna lose their next game. Like sometimes, and I always say, get in where you fit in, bro. And I could have fit in right in this game because I knew they didn't have it on them, bro. I knew the Chiefs just. It's a divisional game, bro, and a lot of people take these divisional games lightly, and I just feel like it's disrespectful at that point to the other team. If you just think we're just going to let this team come in here and get the dub, like, no. We win our division. We win the playoff. We don't have to have a better record than them at the end of the year, but we beat these guys twice. They can't say they're better than us if we got a better division record. You know what I mean?
I think this one was a wake-up call for the Chiefs. They struggled in that first game against the Broncos bad. And they struggled, but it never felt like they were in position to lose the game because Russell Wilson was truly playing that bad. This game, it was the complete opposite. Like, the Chiefs struggled again. I'm sure they expected to play totally smoother, but they struggled. But this time, Russell Wilson came to play. And, bro, the absolute backbreaker of the game was freaking Russell Wilson Pat Mahomes marches down the field. They get to fourth. That's 17-7, I'm pretty sure at this point. March all the way down the field, get to the red zone, get to 4th and 2. The Chiefs end up going for it, don't get it. And then the Denver Broncos get the ball back and take it all the way down the field and extend the score 24-9 or 24-7. From that moment, it was the fourth quarter. I kind of knew, damn, I was not expecting this. It's already tough when you're down behind 2 scores, let alone when your offense can't get it going and everything. So the Chiefs had won, I think it was 6 straight, if I'm not wrong. It was 6 straight after they hadn't lost since the opening week. So we say it here every other week. It feels like all good streaks must come to an end. Just wasn't the Chiefs' day. The Broncos got the best of them. Like you said, divisional opponent. We know these guys like the back of our hand. We know what they want to do. We know what plays they're going to try to sneak in. So you're not going to catch us by surprise, Andy. You can take it back to the drawing board this week.
Facts. Next, we got Ravens, Cardinals. Josh Dobbs in his last game as a Cardinal, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions, man. He got Marquise a touchdown towards the end of the game, so I was satisfied with that. 17 points. I'm pretty sure he had some rushing touchdowns in there too. Like, the guy wasn't playing bad. Josh Dobbs did have a rushing touchdown too. I mean, he gave his heart to Arizona for the past it was all season actually. I don't know why I just said 5-6 weeks. He gave his heart to Arizona all 8 weeks of the season, bro. Like, Kyler has been mentally out. He was recovering from an injury, but it was honestly the Gus Edwards show with Gus having a hat trick with 3 touchdowns, a slight lightweight hat trick, less than 100 yards on the hat trick, bruh. For real. Lamar Jackson only 157 yards, 1 touchdown. I look at the Ravens and I wonder why they couldn't get Zay Flowers 25 yards on 5 receptions. He only had 19 freaking yards. Burned my money. Man, oh man. But no, in all seriousness, I look at this game and it's a bird battle, so it's always gonna be, close. But the Cardinals just don't have enough firepower. Like, even with Kyler coming back, I think hopefully that'll open up Marquise to get more touches and things like that. But besides, they got Marquise, then Rondell Moore. Their freaking running back's name is D. Mercado. Like, y'all don't know him. Like, bruh.
I might pick him up this week in fantasy.
Everybody gets a chance to make a name for themselves, but it's like, bro, we need to go out there. That's what, the Cardinals aren't trying to win. Obviously, we see that, but, don't just trade dude to Minnesota without getting something in return, like some type of running back, something. So
Ravens, they okay. If if they keep this up, at some point we really have to like actually start respecting Lamar Jackson the way we respect Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow for being winners, quote unquote. So like year in year out regular season, this dude gets 11 wins like it's literally you could bet 11 wins on Lamar Jackson's Ravens, you're gonna get paid. But on top of that, he doesn't do it the conventional way, and it I feel like a lot of people don't give him like the actual flowers he deserves for leading that offense down the field, drive after drive,
mm,
never putting his defense in terrible situations. He had a few games where he's had multiple turnovers, but it's rare. Like Lamar Jackson is quietly, subtly, since he's came into the league, done nothing but won. And when he gets to the playoffs and he takes that loss, the media just rips him for losing in the playoffs and not having that wins.
why did
Just
you
last week
lose?
when they lost to the Steelers last week, ESPN and First Take ran a segment literally questioning whether or not Lamar Jackson deserved to get paid. Like we're so far past that conversation, but like he got his money. We're here. Like he's not a quarterback that we need to keep talking. Like we hold him to the top three standard. If we want his
Yeah.
results to be Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, like, but we don't give him the respect of those guys. Like we have excuses for when Justin Herbert doesn't do something. There's excuses for why Justin Herbert blew a 28-point lead in the playoffs last year. Like Lamar doesn't get that same leash when he doesn't get that same slack when we start criticizing him. So to me, I do feel like the narrative needs to change around Lamar Jackson a little bit. Dude does nothing but win. One of the best records in the league right now, if not the best. At some point, bro, like
Not lying.
my boy Johnny too, hardball. I don't like hardballs, but hey, I got to give you respect. I'll give it to you.
I don't like hardballs. Ah, moving forward, man. Let me sit up, pick up the intensity real fast.
Mm.
Oh shit! Just dropped my mic. Hold on, folks. Gosh. We got the Bengals. The Bengals. The
This gonna be
Bengals.
pain.
What is that? Who day?
Who
What
they?
I say they gonna beat the Bengals?
Shit is weak.
I'm just saying, man. I gotta give clout where clout is finally due. We get a bounce back game against probably one of the top teams in the power rankings of the NFL right now, man. And that's none other than Joe Burrow and the Bengals going out there, taking out Brock Purdy. Defense getting 2 interceptions out there looking amazing, living the mix. Joe Mixon himself, 16 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. That's a great night for Joe Mixon.
That is a beautiful night for Joe Mixon. We'll start with the winners first. Bengals, you're back. We're here.
Yeah.
Happy for you. Cordell, I know you happy. Bruh, Jamar Chase back in the end zone. Joe Burrow back in the pocket. He looks comfortable in there. Like, still got a little bit of questions on that line and that defense, but we're not tripping about that too much. Niners, dog. 3 losses straight. We started off 5-0. People were calling us the greatest team ever assembled. People were wondering if Kyle Shanahan was ever going to lose again, if Brock Purdy was really him. How did Brock Purdy go last in the draft? What are we doing here? And then these past 3 weeks, it's like, oh, this is why bro went last in the draft. Oh,
Mm.
this is why Jimmy Garoppolo never made it to the Super Bowl and won, because this team always gets in its own way. It's now boom.
Come
As
on,
quick as I
bruh.
can say that, I don't want to get all on them because all these games were close. Brock Purdy had a chance to win all these games, so I'm not going to shit on them like they got blew out. They just went and picked up Chase Young. Crazy trade. Crazy duo on the end now with Chase Young and Nick Bosa on both sides. Y'all see the Ohio State logo. But hey, you've been losing. You're only as good as your last game in this league, and you've lost your last 3 games. So you got to pick it up, all the way up. You got to.
Facts, man. Back to the Bengals love. Jamar did have 10 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Another 100-yard game for that man. We got Tyler Boyd a touchdown. I know I heard of
So
it.
mad.
Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd just got
I
in.
was so mad. I was so
We're getting everybody involved again. We're feeling like it's 2 years ago when we were on our way to the Super Bowl.
mad.
Bengals,
Wow.
look for the Bengals to maybe win that division. I was sitting there debating. I'm not ready to give it. Cam just in the last segment just tried to give it to the Ravens. Cordell, I'm not ready to.
Mm,
I'm not ready to give the Bengals that. I mean the Ravens
mm.
that division. Hey, the Bengals have just as much a chance to win the North as the Ravens do, and I'm gonna leave it
And
there.
they beat
We
the
going
Ravens.
and they already. This is what I'm saying. These divisional games matter. They control their own destiny. They're in the driver's
Mm,
seat. Come
mm.
on now. Everybody was talking
Not
about
lying.
that Joe Burrow contract like it mattered. Shit don't matter.
Come on. Oh, wait. Come on,
Uh,
bro.
Moving forward, though, man, we got to talk about Sunday Night Football. Bears going up against Justin Herbert, man, and the Chargers. I thought Tyson Bagent could go out there and maybe do something.
I did too.
But when you got Jones Jr. in the end zone dropping passes and just his name is Velas. Like, I don't know why we were passing to that kid, bruh. We got Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, and DJ Moore out here, and we're passing to Velas Jones Jr. He's not only is he falling in the end zone, he's dropping balls in the end zone, bruh.
Uh, so tough.
Dante Foreman couldn't even get 40 yards. I'm not mad at the running backs this year, but I think some of you guys, if you want a position next year, you need to step it up still. Like, you
Facts.
just can't be the McCaffreys of the world running it into the end zone, the Eckles of the world,
Brees Halls.
getting Eckler getting over 130 plus fucking all-purpose yards. Like, come on, y'all. Brees Hall, rookie. Kenneth Walker, well, second year. Kenneth Walker, second year. Like, Bijan Robinson, rookie. We need some of you older dudes who know the game to
Mm.
start showing y'all know the game. And I get it's a war of attrition and all this, that, and the third, and an average person can't get a yard in the NFL, man. I don't care
Huh.
about none of that, bruh. We are going
Ah,
to get rid of the position. All that history shit is about to get thrown out the window. And Bears,
facts.
go. Why didn't y'all trade for a fucking quarterback? Y'all thought I'm not even trying to be like that. Like, Justin needs a real backup. Y'all put
Mm.
the game scheme, the game plan is for him to put his body on the line, for him to rush for 80 yards a game. So
Should be.
what the fuck are we doing? Not getting this guy an ample actual fucking backup that will throw the ball or go in there and do what you guys need him to do. Like, we're throwing a D2 quarterback out there. It's cool for the story. His dad was in there looking like a frat boy, cheering for him and shit. Thank God. Like, wow, he made it. Great nugget, great story. But we're talking about Chicago Bear fucking football. Like, are we just gonna be asked the next 2 decades? Because that's what it's
No,
looking like.
I pray not. But I really do think they need to find an identity fast. Like, I think the talent's there. I think the coaches is there. Like, I just feel like, bro, they need to find like the actual success. And Tyson Bagent, obviously, I do want to say, okay, first game. Like, it wasn't, the two interceptions were bad. Three interceptions, my bad. Two of them to
Mm-hmm.
me were his fault. The other one was a little bit questionable. But man, like you just said, bro, you're putting your quarterback in harm's way every single night to go get 70, 80, sometimes 100 yards rushing. So why didn't we have Josh Dobbs ready for this situation? Or like the Ravens
Facts.
last year had Tyler Huntley ready to go as soon as Lamar Jackson got hurt. He won like 4 games straight. Like, you're dead right, bro. Like, when you know your quarterback is a little bit more liable to get hurt, you want to have that good backup sitting there like ready to go. Like, we know this guy's been here. Tyson Bagent was not ready for that, and I kind of feel bad for him that was his first fucking chance. Like, in a Bears uniform while Justin Fields is hurt, we're going up against the Chargers on prime time. Like, now everybody knows my name because I just threw interceptions on prime time and I wasn't supposed to be starting. So the Bears as an organization as a whole, bro, like from top to bottom, they have so much to figure out. I hate to say that. That's so cliche. But at the same time, dog, like if you guys can't figure this out with all this talent on this team, it's like when is it all gonna
Mm-hmm.
ever come together?
True. Last but not least, man, we got Raiders, Lions, Monday Night Football. Man, I was a little bit upset about this game. Another just more money lost, bro. I'm thinking it's all coming, because they couldn't get Josh Palmer 25 yards in that Chargers game. And then we go to
24.
Monday Night Football, and Jared Goff couldn't throw 2 touchdown passes because every single time we got in the red zone, we went for a field goal. And then Jameer, his first home game, rushed one in. I needed Jameer. Jameer almost went off for 50 in fantasy. He had 30 points. I mean, you can't ask for more. When you need 50 and your guy goes off for 30, you can't ask for more, man. But and Lions, like, I'm not saying, no, I am saying you go out there and you fuck the Raiders up. You fuck them up. You go 6-2, and you put the whole league on fucking notice.
Mm.
Because as of right now, you're a bye week away from having the same record as Geno Smith. And Geno Smith hasn't looked that good all season. But you guys have looked like a fucking team that could, I don't know, win 2 playoff games. Let's not get too crazy.
That's
But
facts.
I could see you guys making it to, what is that, the divisional round?
Yeah, right before the championship.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I think you've showed a lot of your hand, showing that you don't have the best red zone offense. Jared Goff might not be able to punch that bitch in. And when we're going against better teams, and I'm not going to say the Chiefs because you beat the Chiefs, but when you're going up against the Eagles and the Dolphins and maybe even a Geno Smith, or when you got to go up against the Vikings again this season, because you guys did lose to – who did you guys lose to? You guys lost to the Packers. So when you're going against the gauntlet again and you're going up against these divisional opponents one more time, you got to put the fucking hatchet all the way down. It's all fine and cute when Dan Campbell's fucking crying his ass off in fucking interviews because, you know, he's just so choked up with the emotion of Detroit, Motor City, and the love and these guys, and that's amazing. But like I always get on Ryan Day for, if you're not gonna punch it in the end zone, bro, what good are you to me?
Dan
What good are
Campbell
you
is
to the
pissed for
team?
that.
Oh man. But that's gonna wrap it up, y'all. There was some crazy trades in the NFL. Chase Young to the Niners. We got Rasul Douglas to the Bills. Josh Dobbs to the Vikings. I mean, the list goes on. There's a few more role players. I know I'm missing about like a few more key trades. Let me check it out. I want y'all to get all the information possible, but while I'm doing that, Cam, be thinking of your masterclass for the week. Because I know I got mine. Let's see. It's a new month. Let's see. Leonard Williams. Nah. Ezra Cleveland. Okay, Montez Sweat. The Commanders ended up just clearing out that whole line. They sent Montez to the Bears. Hopefully that helps. Vikings sent Ezra Cleveland to the Jaguars. Browns send DPJ to the Lions. I know Jay is out there. I know that's like for the
Literally.
Lions. That's woo. They probably threw a party because they love getting their hometown guys. They've already got Aiden Hutchinson. Now they're getting DPJ. Like you know how they are. Like I said, Rasul went to the Bills. Chase Young to the Niners. Terrell Edmonds to the Titans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kevin Byard went to the Eagles a few weeks ago. Yeah, Kylan would not let that go. Kevin Byard is out there for the Eagles now. McCole Hardman, he made his resurgence back to the Chiefs.
Nicole. Cam Akers is the Viking.
Chase Claypool is a Dolphin?
Yeah, that happened a few weeks ago. On God, he was tripping in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, I remember. And then J.C. Jackson is a Patriot. That was last year, wasn't that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Why is it showing this October?
The
Oh,
Colts didn't
wait
get
a
you
minute. Wait a
guys.
minute. No. J.C. Jackson was a Patriot, and then he went to the Chargers, wasn't he? And then he went back to the Patriots, or am I bugging?
Yeah. No, I think that's dead right. Either that or he only was on the Chargers. Oh, God.
I'm going to check it out. But, J.C. Yeah. He was a Patriot, Charger, Patriot. Okay, so he's back on the Patriots.
For 1 year.
I wanted to be back home in New England.
He only knows one way, and that's the Patriot way.
I'm so weak, man. But masterclass of the week, man. My masterclass. Gotta give it to Cordell, the Bengals, and Joe Burrow, man. And because the NFL did deem Joe Burrow the player of the week, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, QBR of a 883, 89.3, bouncing back, showing everybody what the fuck is up. Only missing 4 passes, 28 for 32. So, gotta give it to Joe.
I don't know if you've seen that play where he he got wrapped up by like 449er D linemen and literally just was throwing motherfuckers off of him, got out the pocket and made the play downfield. He had a game. My masterclass of the week, man, I never thought I'd be saying these words, but like to me, a masterclass is when somebody that you don't expect goes crazy, like absolutely dog. When the hell has Dak Prescott ever been known to get 400 yards, 4 touchdowns? He still threw a pick. We still threw a pick.
Dak!
But that's okay. It's good. We got the dub. We good out here in Jerry world. We not tripping. Dak, I got to give you flowers, bro. I'm normally ripping on you for throwing picks and being a bad pick, period. But you had a week this week. I'm going to give you your flowers. Masterclass of the week goes to Dak over here.
You heard it here first, folks, man. We're going to go ahead and march it out. Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow. We're going to see who goes ahead and has a masterclass next week. I almost wanted to give it to Gus Edwards. Gus did have a hat trick. Guys, it's so much pandemonium going on. The season is still heating up. We've got football all the way until March this year. I'm so excited, man. There's so much I could talk about, but we got to get up out of here. We're going to keep marching it out, y'all. Don't forget, like I say every week, like, comment, follow, subscribe, turn on those notifications, man. It's the only way you're going to know when we're posting. And if you haven't already, y'all, hit us up. Let us know your favorite team down below, man. You got to get interactive with us, man.
Much love.
It's little Kenny Scott. About to head up out of here, man. Let the beat play. Hey.